Hello, welcome back to Chapter 8, Section 2, Multiplying, Dividing Rational Expressions. We're going to try to do problems 5, 6, and 7. And this grouping probably involves factoring out the negative 1, which is like one of the example 2 that we talked about. Same as what we did just a moment ago. The next problems we're going to multiply, after that we'll divide. These were just simplifying, but separated from the previous problems because of the negative. And here's the clue. If you have a negative, got the hiccups. If you have a negative in front of the leading x, like here or here, then chances are you're going to have to factor out a negative 1 or a negative times whatever else the common factors are going to be. Wonder what's going on here. All right, so number 5. I'm going to factor out a negative 1. That leaves positive x plus positive 4 in the numerator. In the denominator, what two numbers multiply to give negative 20 but add to give negative 1? That would be x subtract 5 times x plus 4. So now the x plus 4s are going to be eliminated. That gives me negative 1 over x subtract 5. You can also put the negative in front, but don't worry about that, that's fine. All right. Also, x cannot equal positive 5, otherwise this equals 0, and x cannot equal negative 4, or that will go to 0. All right, so that's the first one. Let's factor the numerator here. Again, it's another one of these quadratics where I have a number in front of the x squared, so I'm going to use my diamond again. 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. This is going to be 9 and negative 2. 6x squared, 9x, negative 2x, negative 3. This will be 3x, 2x, and 3. And this will be negative 1. So 2x plus 3 times 3x subtract 1. In the denominator, I have a negative in front of the leading x squared. So I'm going to factor out the negative. This one, all I have is a GCF. So I'm going to factor out a negative x. That's going to leave the positive 3 and the other x. And if I factor out a negative x from positive x, that leaves a negative 1, because a negative times a negative is a positive. That makes 3x minus 1 in the numerator and denominator, which is I'm going to reduce. So I get 2x plus 3 left over this part, divided by negative x. And if I let x equal 0, this is going to be 0, so I don't want that to happen. And if I let x equal 1/3, I'm going to get 0, so don't let that happen. Say x is not equal to that. Finally, for problem number 7, I'll move it up so you can see it. I don't have any negatives here I guess I could factor out a negative from the top and the bottom, but why would I do that? I don't know, that doesn't make sense. So this doesn't match up with the other two. I don't know why they put it in there. Doesn't matter. I have a common factor of 6x. That leaves x squared plus 1. And the denominator, I can't factor this. And even if I did, I would have factored it up here. The x squared plus 1. By the way, that's not the difference of two squares because it's addition, not subtraction. The x squared plus 1 reduces, and this just becomes 6x. Now the tricky part is what is going to make the denominator equal to 0? All right, so x squared plus 1 equals 0. And again, I'm solving this so that then I can turn around and say don't let that equal that number. I get x squared equals negative 1 square root. Oh, okay. I'm going to get plus or minus I. It's okay. This is defined for all real x's. And you can say it just like that. All right. We'll see you in the next video where I'm going to be doing some multiplying.